Deanne Kelly again, registered yoga teacher. And years ago, people have asked, why don't you do videos? And I said, because I just don't have the time. Hey, guess what? Now I'm locked inside the house, so I have plenty of time. I'd like to dedicate this video to Caroline, who owns the B&B in Ireland that we stayed at. And we didn't have time to fit in any yoga. She's a Reiki healer and just an amazing woman who juggles a lot. So achy hands, let's do achy hands. We're gonna do some hips too. So let's start with making a fist with the right hand. And we're gonna massage into the left palm, just real quick. And breathe, watch your breath. Inhale and exhale. And then you're gonna take your thumb and just creep across the hand a couple of times while you breathe. So I'm already catching myself holding my breath. Good. And then when your thumb gets to the base of that middle of that index finger, you're gonna creep all the way up the top to the tip of the finger, and then just do each finger. And take your time. Do the same with the thumb. The thumb's a little bitty, and then I always like to say you're kind of wringing the thumb's neck. And I'm going to jump back into the index finger and creep the way all the way down the back of the hand. And you're kind of breathing here, sending an intention into the hand to kind of loosen up. We're just hitting all those little joints to get the hand nice and happy. And then you're going to ring around the wrist. And open and close both hands and see if you can tell the difference. I always can. So let's try the same thing with the other side. Fist into the palm. Breathe. Each time I hold my breath, I remind you guys to breathe. So we're going to take the thumb and creep it across the palm. And same thing. So you're just creeping up to the tip of the finger. I'll remind everyone to move in their own comfortable range of motion. I'm not a doctor, I'm not making any claims. I just know what works for me, and I like to share these things. So get over to the thumb. Don't forget that guy. Wring the thumb's neck. And then we're going to take the index finger, the fingernail side, work your way down. Make sure your breath stays nice and deep and even. Okay, now we're going to find the wrist. Now how long did that take? Check the little time on the video if you're watching the video still. Thank you. And just notice how long that took. You could do that probably while you're waiting for your toast or your coffee. And then just relax your hands. We're going to jump into the hips. I know it's weird. We're going to hip walk to the middle or the edge of your chair. Widen the stance of your feet. And let's pick up those heels. I'm going to drop just the right knee in and feel what that feels like. If it feels tight or uncomfortable, move really slow. Okay, maybe you want a little bit deeper of a stretch. You would do a little bit more. Let both knees drop side to side. And be careful of your knees here. We call this windshield wipers. Good. All right. And then let's just hip walk back. You can bring your feet back into alignment, bring your knees back into alignment. I want to do a little bit more for the shoulders. So we're going to take the right arm out and let it cross over to the left side of your body. Hold on to your arm. Kind of includes the neck here too. I'm getting rid of some tension in the neck myself. I'm going to turn and look over that shoulder. Breathe. Come on back to the center. We're going to take the back of this hand and then bring it to the low back. Okay. Maybe you find your other arm where you can clasp. And lean your head over towards your left shoulder. And I'm noticing the stretch here in my neck, and my awareness is there. So my mind isn't out at the grocery store wishing I could go get some toilet paper. It's right here, it's present. And I'm going to slowly release out of that and just circle that arm around. Let it kind of flop. Good. Feel the difference between one side and the other. And we'll take the other side. Let it cross cross over, hold on to that arm. You're going to turn and look over your shoulder if that feels okay. Good. Let's take the back of that hand to the low back. And we're sitting up nice and tall. If it feels okay to grab the other arm or clasp, I'm going to lean the head over to the right side and breathe into the neck. Slowly release. Circle that arm around. Good. Come on back. Shrug both shoulders with your inhale. And exhale, release. One more tidbit for the hips, and then we'll finish this video up. So bring your right knee in. Flex that. Oh, you heard that? That was my ankle. Flex your right ankle or your foot. So dorsiflexion. Your toes are coming up toward your shin. If you're not supposed to cross because of a hip replacement, then your position might be way down here. So if it feels okay, and most of the time it's tight right here, this is where you're going to stay nice and tall. So not slouchy like you're reading the paper. Usually I'll take, 3 to 5 breaths here. If you want to feel it a little bit more, you'll lean forward. Okay, inhale, come back up. That wasn't 3 to 5 breaths, by the way. But this is such a short sequence that you could probably memorize this yourself. Now, the reason why we keep the foot flexed and active is to activate all these muscles that help support the knee joint. Also looking down and making sure that that ankle is right below the knee and it's not splayed in or out. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, maybe you lean forward, maybe you don't. You might notice that one hip is tighter than the other. All right, let's inhale, come back up. Release that foot. Don't forget to drink lots of water, you guys. And then sit back and relax. It could be informal. People come up to me and say, I'm afraid of yoga. I can't get down on the floor. We just did some yoga. We're sitting in a chair. You could do this at an office. You can be discreet and practice at the airport, at the doctor's office. So enjoy your yoga. Namaste.